What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and Everton have just drawn 1-1 with Leicester City. Literally a game of two halves. James Rodriguez scoring a
Michael, I'm not on the
fantastic
screen,
goal earlier. I know you're not because you were busy, just so I took you off.
Oh.
Guys, I'm going to leave you with John for 2 minutes just because I need to add some YouTube stuff behind the scenes, but I'll see you in a minute, I promise.
Hello, folks, and welcome back again. Disappointed, to say the least. Definitely a game of two halves. I think if Everton play like they did, say that, from half an hour in the first half, we win that game. Stupid mistake by Pickford again. Another goal conceded from outside the box. He should be doing better, Pickford. Gareth Southgate was watching tonight. He won't have been impressed. Some standout performance for Everton. I thought Ben Godfrey was phenomenal again. I think they all played well the first half, but the second half they just didn't come out the dressing room. It's not a defeat, but it feels like a defeat because of the second half performance. It was poor. It was really poor. Ancelotti will be disappointed. My opinion, he should have made the changes earlier. But we go into Saturday's game still with confidence, in my opinion. If we can take any confidence from tonight, it was the first half performance. Leicester did come at us, and you'd expect that from a Leicester side with the midfield they've got. I thought we missed Allen and Decore tonight, especially Decore. Thank God he's back on Saturday. But we had the chance tonight. Man United getting beat. We've got to pick up our home form now, as Michael said before in the watch along. Goodison used to be a fortress, and we've got a better away record this season. Is that down to there being no fans there? In my opinion, it is. But that can work both ways because we know what a lot of our fans can be like getting on players' backs. But I just thought we didn't do enough to win the game. Pickford did pull off some good saves. There was times in the game where he kept us in it, but then he lets himself down by getting beat from outside the box. It did come through a lot of players, granted, but he should be saving it. He's conceded a few goals like that now, Jordan Pickford, where it sort of goes under his body or he doesn't get enough behind the ball to keep it out and it bounces in off him. As I say, for me, Ancelotti should have made the substitutes earlier. We were all shouting on the watch along for Iwobi to come on. Richarlison, again, was quiet. The front players didn't get the service for me. Dominic Calvert-Lewin didn't get the service. He was quiet. But again, that's down to the midfield. Andre Gomez could have won it at the end. The ball bounces off him. It comes at him at speed. But I'd like to think Andre Gomez should be controlling it. If he controls that, he smashes it in. We win the game 2-1. But we go again. It does, as I said, it does feel like a defeat. But 4 points off Leicester this season. A team who people are saying could challenge for the league again. So we'll take 4 points. There was a time in the watch along where people were asking, would you take a 1-1? The way we were playing second half all day. And that's what we ended up with, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think as you rightly say, it's a game of two halves, and I didn't get a chance to watch the game as in like all of the game, but I was watching enough of it to sort of understand the play. And, it looked like the first 5, 10, 15, maybe a slightly more, Leicester seemed to come at Everton, but we rode that storm. We had a couple of successive corners, and then James Rodriguez absolutely lights up the pitch at Goodison Park. He beats a man, he steps across, he gets it on his right foot, and he curls it in between four players and Kasper Schmeichel and makes it 1-0 Everton. And with the flat back four as it was, I thought, yeah, we go and get the second, we win this game. That's
Yeah.
what I thought. I thought just I was sort of waiting to score the second, and I just didn't feel that we kicked on. The second half, I thought we were really poor. I thought we were really, really poor. I don't know what was said in that dressing room, but I don't understand how you can sort of end a first half really going at it and then that in the second half because we've essentially cost ourselves 2 points tonight from a poor second half performance, and this isn't uncommon. We've done this against Manchester United, we've done this against Leeds, we've done this against Newcastle, we've done this against teams at Goodison Park. At least we should be beating, and I predicted a 1-1, so I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not unhappy with that, etc. But we could have won tonight. Leicester had loads of corners. They had lots of possession, but they couldn't do anything in terms of breaking us down until a stupid goalkeeping mistake. And this is the reason, in my opinion, where Everton are not a top four team this season. Because as many saves as Pickford's made tonight, which has kept us in the game, he's ended up making a silly mistake. And I'm not going to jump on his back because of it. I'm not going to sit here and say, he's not good enough, etc., etc. Because we all sort of know that if we want to be top four, is Jordan Pickford the goalkeeper for that? No, he's not. He's not, and we all know that, I think, or at least expect it. So, for me, I'm not surprised in this type of game, in that sort of atmosphere, when it was that tense. I'm not surprised Jordan Pickford's made a mistake because he does it in those big games. He's done it against Liverpool. He's done it against Newcastle. He's done it in games where we've needed a goalkeeper to be the goalkeeper, and it takes one moment, one save, one small save that most goalkeepers would make. That's cost us tonight, and it has cost us. It's cost us tonight, but it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Carlo Ancelotti is talking about Champions League football. We're not there. We're not there. And he made it very clear. He said in his press conference, he come out and he said, this is where we're going to determine where we are. Now, we've taken 4 points off Leicester, who are currently third. But we're not as consistent as Leicester. And that's what's going to cost us. And we need a goalkeeper.
The home form's going to cost us, I think, isn't it? That's what will cost us.
When you think about it, we've lost to West Ham. We've lost to Leeds. And we drew with Leicester. We've lost to Man United. There's 10 points there. 10 points. And that's without including defeats at Newcastle, for example, who are absolutely on their arse. A 1-1 draw with Burnley. It's just, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't want to sit here and say we were fantastic tonight. We got the score I predicted. So it's difficult for me to criticise because I predicted it would be 1-1. But after going 1-0 up, I expected us to at least kick on. And we didn't.
I think we parked the bus at 1-0. We parked the bus at 1-0. It's as simple as that. We were even though we scored in the first half, for the rest of the match we were just holding out for a 1-0. And
I don't I don't understand what Robin Olsen's got to do to play in the Premier League consistently, because how many mistakes has Pickford made this season?
Yeah. Well, how many points has he cost us? He doesn't win us many points.
Well, no, he makes mistakes. And it's like tonight, as I said, you could have given Leicester the ball all game and they weren't scoring. He makes some mistakes, they score. Yuri Mina, Michael Keane, Ben Godfrey. Ben Godfrey was absolutely fucking immense tonight and my man of the match. I don't know. I don't know what to say, and I don't want to sit here and criticise anyone. I didn't think Richarlison was great tonight either. I thought Dominic Calvert-Lewin certainly should have scored that chance at the end. He definitely should have scored that. It was a huge game for a mistake, and unfortunately there was one, and I don't know what to say.
Well, the thing is, as you've just said there, Dominic Calvert-Lewin should be scoring the header, and he normally scores them. Gomez had the chance at the end, and don't get me wrong, if Everton win that game and get the 3 points, Leicester feel hard done by, which is granted, because Everton didn't do enough to win the game. But you've got to take your chances, Michael. You have to take your chances, and I know we've been linked with Edin Dzeko. Edin Dzeko scored in that header tonight. He scored in that header.
I think as well, we spoke about this in the last game about balance. It seems to be that we can either play a really good attacking game and score lots of goals and can't defend, or we can defend and not score goals. Where's the mix in the middle? Where's the defensively solid team that can score goals? There isn't one. We haven't got that team. We've either got all right attack and shit defense, or solid defense and shit attack. I don't get the both. I don't understand why though, because when you look at the team, there should be those players in. A huge miss tonight for us was Decore as well.
In my opinion, Michael, if Decore or Allen play tonight, or both of them, we win the game. We win the game because we didn't have a ball carrier tonight.
Tielemans and Maddison had far too much time in the middle.
But we
far too
expect,
much
we
time.
knew that had happened. When we see the
We
team selection, we knew that had happened.
we did, but I was quite encouraged when I saw Luca Dean in there in the three. I thought, well, Luca Dean, maybe he will be the one that will sort of act more defensively just because he knows how to defend. And then I sort of don't know what formation we ended up playing defensively. It was all a bit over the place. I didn't think Gomez was as bad as he has been. I don't think Tom Davies was as bad as he has been. I thought they both did okay, but they did okay against players who are better than them.
Yeah.
Maddison and Tielemans are better midfielders than both of those players. So we rightly got outrun, but we shouldn't. There's going to be a realisation, I think, tonight from a lot of Evertonians that have sat there, and me and you have done this, that sat there and believe, yeah, we're top four. We're top four. We're going to challenge for the title. We've proved we're not. We can't beat teams at home. We are not going to win the title. We're not going to finish top four because these games are opportunities for us. Man United, opportunity for us. We played Burnley, could have gone top of the league, opportunity for us. We bottled it. Southampton, we could have stayed top of the league. We bottled it. Newcastle away, we could have got back to top of the league. We bottled it. We get these chances of pushing into the top four with 2 games in hand, and we fall apart.
Yeah.
It's just
nerves.
This
They're not
isn't.
used to it.
I can imagine Carlo Ancelotti in that fucking changing room right now saying, "Why? Why?" He set up his team. He's set out his 11. He's sort of made sense with what he wants to do. I mean, I'm no one to fucking criticise or comment on Carlo Ancelotti at the end of the day, but I get what he was trying to do. But Ancelotti knows that he's not going to get Everton to top 4 with his current team, and that's why he put the onus on them in his press conference. He laid the gauntlet down to them football players, and he said, next 2 games are going to decide where Everton finish, because I think he semi-expected us to not beat Leicester. I think he kind of thought,
but that's the wrong mentality from the manager, that though, Michael, isn't it?
But it's not, because he's setting the challenge to his players. Carlo Ancelotti knows he's got time. He can challenge. We can challenge for top 4 next season. No Everton fan at the end of last season expected Carlo Ancelotti to be challenging for fucking top 4 right now. None of us did.
Oh no.
But the positive of it is Carlo Ancelotti is seeing exactly what we need.
Yeah.
We need a goalkeeper. We need a goalkeeper.
Well, let's be honest about it. I predicted we'd finish 10th. So, we are doing better than what we all thought at the beginning of the season. But when you have 2 games in hand, and I know I keep saying this, and I know you have to win them, but when we're playing teams who we should be aspiring to finish above, the likes of Man United, the likes of Leicester, and then you put performances in like that, that's what's disappointing. Listen, Everton exceeding every Evertonian's expectations this season, Michael. They are. But it's the manner that we're getting beat or we're dropping 2 points. It's the manner of it. Do you know if Everton put a performance in tonight to match Leicester and we only draw, fair enough, But then on the flip side, as someone put in the comments, we've ended up getting a point against a Leicester team who were up there challenging, putting in a performance like that. Do you know what I mean? What's disappointing.
I just want to shout out Lee Chapper, who obviously come on our channel, did the Leicester v Everton match preview. Obviously, the Jamie Vardy look-alike. There's a massive story behind that. So trust me, get to know the guy. He's absolutely fantastic. He's a brilliant channel. Go and subscribe to him. I think from a Leicester's perspective, I think with the possession they had, with the corners,
we were lucky to get a point.
Yeah, and that shouldn't be the case. Massive shout out to Mad Hatter James or James. Yes, Pickford did make the mistake, but he did keep us in it as well. And absolutely, he did make those saves. I'm not saying he didn't. He absolutely did make those saves, and
I'll go as far as saying the saves Pickford made to keep us in the game. If he doesn't make that mistake, he'd be in my thoughts for man of the match.
Yeah, it's just the mistakes. It's just the
You can't get them
mistakes.
out of him. This is the thing. He keeps on doing them time and time again to let himself down. He was going in tonight where it hurts. He was jumping at players' feet. He was making saves on the near post, pushing it out for the corner, coming out, punching it, being strong, being commanding. But then he fucks up with that shot that was outside the box, which had no pace on it at all. Yeah, granted, it come through a lot of players, but it had no pace on it. For example, someone just put in there, go and splash £45 million on Nick Pope. Nick Pope saving that. I'll go as far as saying Robert Olsen's saving that. So Pickford has let himself down again. He's let the team down. He's let the fans down.
This comment here from player one, that's exactly what Neville Southall said.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said.
And that's what I've just said.
It's just disappointing. I don't want to dwell on it because I'm not going to sit here and dwell on it. Shout out to Lee Miller, who also become a member tonight. So thank you ever so much, Lee. Let's talk about the positives then. Obviously, there is a few positives. James Rodriguez scored a fantastic goal. We've got Newcastle the weekend.
They're in a terrible run of form, and I'd like to think we won't put a performance in like we did in the second half. But, even if we play like that in the second half, I still think we'll beat Newcastle because they're that poor. But we have to see a better performance. We have to see a better performance. We have to see more attacking football, Michael.
We do, and I think we'll be able to play that way against. I find it really interesting that Carlo set up the way that he did at the back, where he dropped Coleman. He had the two sort of. He almost played like a five at the back with Luca Dean coming over, Godfrey slotting into the middle next to Mina and Keenan Holgate. He almost played it like a 5-2-3, but what he added, and another massive shout out there to Mad Hatter James. I will read your comment in a minute, I promise. What I would say is we need to get that balance right. We sit here and we say that, but he set up tonight with that five at the back, almost the four and Luca Dean in the middle, or in the midfield. But he does that because he doesn't want teams to get in behind, and he does that against the better teams, the ones that can get in behind. Leicester, Chelsea, Man United. He sets up with that flat back four. The issue you've got is they can't get out quick enough because we haven't got that ball carrying midfielder who's got the legs box to box. We haven't got that.
It works well with the defence like that, though, Michael, when you've got the likes of the core.
Absolutely solid. I'm just going to read this comment. Lee Miller's just donated £10 as well. So unbelievable tonight, guys. If he keeps improving like this and Olsen and Carlo keep giving him the confidence he needs, I think he can soon become mistake-free, and a mistake-free Pickford can be a really good goalkeeper. The problem is, how long do you give him? That's my only issue. James, how long do you give him? Lee Miller there with a £10 donation as well. Shout out to Charles Stevenson as well. He's come into the chat. I'm going to mention it as well. Obviously, Damien Hagan always says it, as many of us may be feeling. Fucking bottled it again. Could have gone into fourth. What the hell was that second half? All about why do we sit back so much and invite teams onto us and let them pin us back like the whole second half? There you go. Positives. James is getting fitter and looks superb in a free roll. Ben Godfrey making a long busting run in the 85th minute. Yep. Charles Stevenson, Everton midfield, unbelievably limited. Entire team compensated for lack of pace by dropping deep. What about Coleman, Digne, Holgate, Kenny, Godfrey in defence and play on the front foot? Exactly. And this is where we don't have balance. We either have a strong defence or a strong attack and can't score.
It's tough, isn't it? It's disappointing, Michael, because we go into these games, and as Carlo said yesterday in his pre-match press conference, it's a big week for Everton. Tonight for me was one of the most important games Everton have had for a long, long time, and I said that earlier on. We did get a point out of it. We didn't get beat. But it's the manner of dropping 2 points that disappoints me.
It's
We
a
go again.
performance in the second half.
Yeah, listen. We go again. Decore's back the weekend. He's only out for one game, and Allen's back as well, which will make a big difference because them two players help the defence out as well, Michael.
Yep. This is a comment I want to go to because I was going to mention this. We were talking about teams who getting behind. Now, Leicester sort of play a bit more direct. They play through Maddison, they play through Tielemans, they play in the middle. Yes, Barnes goes out to the right and goes out to the left and cuts in on his right foot. But we didn't necessarily have to play so defensive against Leicester tonight. And I just,
as Charles said, they don't put the ball in, do they? They play through the middle.
Well, and that's because Vardy hasn't got the height to do it. He's got the pacing through the middle. So it's a bitter pill to swallow tonight because people will say Carlo got his substitutions wrong. They were too late. They were the wrong ones. And I'm sitting here scratching my head. You've got 5 minutes to go. You take off Dominic Calvert-Lewin for your right back. I don't get it. Don't get it. But then equally, Coleman wins us a corner at the end, and Andre Gomez should be scoring. So who knows? There's no one I'm going to sit there and really massively criticise tonight. I just think the team, they haven't. I don't necessarily think they've completely bottled it, but I think they should be disappointed with that second half performance because it just simply wasn't good enough.
Listen, I mean, it's not a defeat. It feels like a defeat. It's not a defeat. It's 1 point, after a poor performance, as I said earlier on. So Saturday we go again. Saturday's a very important game for Everton. Now, that 1 point, the way results have gone tonight, keeps us up there, with the games in hand. And I will keep saying that you have to win your games in hand. But at least we've got that pillar behind us. Do you know what I mean? As Lee says there, 4 points off Leicester. You'll take that when, as I said earlier on, people are saying Leicester can challenge. So if we can take 4 points off a team that should be challenging, then we'd take that all day. Expectations now have rose this season because at the beginning, as I said before, I predicted Everton finish 10th. That's why we get so disappointed even when we take a point against the likes of Leicester. Do you know what I mean? Because our expectations now for Everton Football Club as fans are massive because of the job that Carlo's doing. So as Michael said, we can't sit here and, slag players off and slag the manager off. It's the manner in how we dropped them 2 points tonight, and it was a stupid mistake again by Jordan Pickford.
There's a lot of good comments here, to be honest. Like this, for example. Hi, Mike John. Remember, last time we were 13 points better than last season. That's how well we've improved. Player one, I'm happy with 4 centre halves and Digne left back. And this is what I said. If you remember, I said exactly this 3 weeks ago. It's purely down to the fact that the goalkeeper's fucked it and we missed a Decore. It's not all bad, and it shows how far we've come. Exactly. And this is why we're disappointed, because tonight we could have gone in the top 4. But we still sit here and we still don't remember, because we're not talking about it. We've got 2 games in hand. We've got 2 games in hand.
Got to win them, though, haven't you? It's nice to have that cushion.
Yeah, we have. But we should fancy our chances against Aston Villa away and against the big teams at Goodison. We've played really well. The only one that we bottled it was Man United. It was shit. But against the big teams, we've played really well at Goodison. So, why can't we get a point or 2 off Man City? Because not a lot of teams will, the way they're playing. So I'll sit here and I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. If you said to me, Everton are going to finish top 6, I'll take that. If you say to me Everton are finishing top 7, I took that at the start of the season. It's only the fact that we're pushing for
definitely
top
more
4.
of a Europa League team, aren't we?
Yeah, it's just the fact that we're pushing for the top 4 that we're all sitting there disappointed. But the facts are, there's loads of positives. There is loads of positives. It's just disappointing that Pickford has such a good game, and he did. I'm not going to sit here and slag him off. He had such a good game, and then he makes that silly mistake, and you almost
wipes out all the good saves he made to keep us in the game.
It does, and you just And you sit there, and so many people will say you're having a go at Pickford, blah blah blah. But the facts are, how many times do you allow that one mistake which costs us 2 points? How many times?
Well, do you know, just before he made that mess, that cock up, I was singing his praises because even someone mentioned the commentator's curse. I was singing Pickford's praises. He kept us in the game, as I said before. He was diving in at the opposition's feet. He was going in where it hurts. He was saving at the near post. You know, he looked solid. But then he has that fucking brainwave and just that rush of blood that erases all the fucking good work that he done. And good, solid goalkeepers don't do that. They don't do that. And this is the problem. If Everton want to be aspiring to get to this top four and challenging for trophies, we need a better goalkeeper than Jordan Pickford, who we can rely on week in and week out, not being nervous every time the opposition has a shot at goal. Because again, this is what I've said, Michael. We conceded a goal from outside the box again.
Yeah. There's a comment. He must be pissing other players off now. Who knows? Who knows?
Right, man of the match.
Yeah, man of the match.
Ben Godfrey for me.
Ben Godfrey. Closely second by James Rodriguez.
Yeah. Yerry Mina as well. Michael Keane was solid at the centre half.
This comment, AJ and his dad, a very typical £5 donation from them every stream. So thank you ever so much, guys. Guys, I hate going against any of our players, but Olsen hasn't put a foot wrong and he deserves to replace Pickford.
Said that in the stream.
I'm completely for it.
Yeah. As someone's put there, Keane, Mina and Godfrey deserve a clean sheet. They must be looking at him thinking, fucking hell, we've run our bollocks off. We put our bodies on the line tonight where it's going to hurt. We've dived in, we've cleared with our heads, we've brought the ball out. And then you've got the fella behind you again who's made the mistake.
Yeah. Right. So match preview. Hopefully, touch wood, although she hasn't replied to me, will be me and Kendall. And watch along will be me and Kendall. Match reaction will be me and Kendall. And we may not be seeing John for a couple of weeks now. Is that fair to say, John?
Yeah, well, as I say, we'll see if we get a cry or not. But Tuesday's the big day for my little girl to come into the world. So, was supposed to be Monday. So, some kind comments tonight wishing us all well with the new addition to the family. So, as I say, if I can just do a match preview with Michael or something, or a match reaction if he does a watch along on his own. I won't step on anyone's toes. Obviously, Kendall's doing it Saturday. Thanks very much for your kind words.
You're always welcome, John. You're always welcome.
Yeah, no.
I'm not getting rid of it. Fucking hell.
I will, as I say, there's a game midweek next week. The baby will be coming home next Wednesday, so I think we play next Wednesday. I very much doubt I'll be on for that.
God, you imagine. Oh my God, could you imagine?
I can say to Lisa, I've got to watch along tonight. But yeah, thanks very much for again. The congrats are still coming in, so I will probably put a picture on Twitter of her and the little Everton baby grow to show where the legions lie.
Yeah, well, from the channel and from myself, we will be giving you £100 towards the baby. So you take that, you go and do whatever. I know you already set up for it all, but yeah, the money will be in your bank account in 10 minutes.
Fantastic. Thank you, Michael. Thank you ever so much. It means a lot. And thanks everyone for the donations, which is
it's not from me. Fuck you.
Yeah, but no, but as I said, this is what we were saying earlier on. The donations don't normally go to something like that. They do go back into the channel to make the content better, and we do buy things for kids, tops and DVDs and stuff. So, the money doesn't go in our pocket, and that £100 will be going mine. We will go out and we'll treat our new little girl. I mean, we might buy the boys something out of it as well, because that won't be fair. So thank you very, very much to you, Michael, and everybody from the channel. It means the world.
It's okay. John, just last thing to end with then, just before you go. If Everton beat Newcastle on Saturday. Where can we finish?
I still think it's top six. Only because, as you quite rightly pointed out, Michael, I don't think the team's ready to challenge for the top four. We'd love them to be, and as you keep saying and I keep saying, we do have them games in hand, Man City and Aston Villa. Saturday has become an even bigger game now, in my opinion. If we can get the 3 points on Saturday, I think we have got some easiest games coming up. So Saturday's a massive game. If we win Saturday, our hopes will be hopefully to challenge the top four again. But are we ready for it? Probably not, because it's being seen tonight, Michael. We can't rely on the goalkeeper. And when we have Allen and Zakore out, there's a massive, massive hole in that midfield. So if we can keep them two players injury-free and suspension-free, then maybe top four. But we need a better quality squad to hopefully challenge for that top four. Will we bring anyone in the January transfer window? For me, we need a centre forward. I don't see it happening, but let's say top six. I'll settle for top six. Anything better than that will be a bonus. I predicted us to finish 10th. So, and this is what's so disappointing, Michael, because I predicted top 10 and then 10th.
Jesus Christ!
Wow, Kevin.
Jesus Christ.
That's just popped up. That is phenomenal. I think that's probably the biggest donation we've had, Kevin. That means the world to me and Michael, and obviously there's half of the baby's fund. So thank you so much. There's for things like this, I get emotional because it doesn't take much for me to feel emotional. That is just blew our socks off, as you can tell by our reaction. So thank you very much, Kevin.
So just to put that out there, everyone, the payment date for YouTube it is from last week, and then it goes into the next month. So I can assure you that money will go to John, but you're gonna have to wait till next month. But you can have that. That's the least you can do. Fucking well done.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, Mike, should we pick the baby name? Yeah, we should do a poll, shouldn't we? Fucking hell, you're joking. His missus will have none of that. Guys, let's leave it there. I can't talk because I've not even had dinner. I've not had a drink in 4 hours.
Yeah, the donation just blew me away tonight. I think that's took us about £100, probably over £100. I think that's the most we've had on the channel. So, me and Michael are just two lads sitting in front of a phone, and we do our best. But when you're donating like you have tonight, it makes it all worthwhile. The good comments, the views we're getting, the way the channel's going, the subs, you really do. You take our breath away. So thank you so much.
There's a lot of positive things coming to the channel. So I spoke to a few other YouTubers, and Lee Chappie, the Leicester fan, was absolutely fantastic with this, to be fair to him, about doing a proper background with the live scores, the live times, and I understand how you do it now. So I need to teach John a few things, but we will be able to do that in a few weeks' time when John's back, hopefully.
Yeah.
So we will be able to do that. John, you're going to need to have your green screen back up, bud.
That'll do me. I've still got it in the wardrobe there. I'll just have to iron it to get the creases out because it's been in there that long.
Tell me about it. Yeah, player one knows. Guys, let's leave it there. We've been going. Well, John's been going the best part of 3 hours now. So have a fantastic evening. God, I'm up at 6:45 in the morning. Fucking hell.
No FIFA then.
Oh no, I play a bit of FIFA. Guys, I'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys. Honest, I can't get over the donations, and I can't believe what you people are going to give my little baby girl. So thanks very much. Got to buy her a season ticket that when they're back on sale.
Yeah, that's it. Fucking hell, Jesus Christ.
Cheers,
she turns
folks.
out like you, Jesus Christ. Could you imagine her as a baby? What the fuck's that? What is that?
Yeah. What the fuck's that, Pickford? What is that?
What the fuck's that, Pickford?
Like father, like daughter.
Oh, fucking hell. Jesus, God help us all. Guys, I'm leaving it there. John, you've been absolutely fantastic tonight. Thoroughly deserve it. And I will obviously be speaking to you every day. But for the guys on the channel, we'll see you in a couple of weeks, hopefully.
Cheers, folks.